Several other runners and spectators from Northeast Wisconsin were at the marathon today, and they are still in disbelief tonight. Fox 11's Robert Hornacek has that part of the story.
Of the 23,000 runners in the Boston Marathon, more than 400 were from Wisconsin, nearly 50 of them from Northeast Wisconsin.
Beautiful day here, perfect day to run a marathon. Everything is going great, and next thing you know, all hell breaks loose.
John Gard had already finished the race when the explosions happened near the finish line. Gard is the former Speaker of the Wisconsin Assembly and the cross-country coach at Notre Dame Academy in Green Bay.
Everybody here is just walking around in a state of shock. Police are everywhere. They basically shut down downtown Boston, and some of my friends are stuck in a restaurant, but they're not letting anybody out because the dogs are sniffing all the garbage cans.
Another man who ran the race is Christian Jensen. He runs with My Team Triumph, a group that pushes people with disabilities in races. On Facebook, he said he's pretty emotional still and apologized for not returning text messages or voicemails right away, but he said he's spending this time with his family. He went on to ask people to pray for the families who lost people in the bombing and for those hurt. He says he and his family are all okay, and he thanks people for their concern. Christian's wife, Tiffany, was in Boston watching the race with family when the explosions happened. In a post on Facebook, she said she was in the Prudential Center near the finish line, and she sat down to get a snack and felt the whole building shake. Then a second later, people were running in the opposite direction.
Just a very dark day in the world of marathoning here in Boston.
Sean Ryan is the race director of the Cellcom Green Bay Marathon. He travels to Boston every year to help out with the marathon.
To have this happen is just really tragic and disappointing. I'm standing right now just 2 blocks off the finish, and it's in lockdown. I can see sirens and lights flashing, and they've got the FBI and SWAT teams and you name it in there. So, what was once a joyous holiday today has turned into a tragedy.
A tragedy people in Boston and many in Northeast Wisconsin are still trying to make sense of. Robert Hornacek, Fox 11 News.
A holiday known as Patriots Day in Massachusetts. Sean Ryan says he expects races around the country will rethink their security in the wake of what happened today in Boston. However, he says it's a difficult task to try to control 26 miles on a marathon route. By the way, Green Bay's marathon date is May 19th.